So now it is the turn of Alberto González Meléndez, who studies at the University of Extremadura, and he will share with us his view in university life. So please help me welcome Alberto to the stage.
Thank you very much. Function is given by the structure. This is one of the first classes we receive in the science school when we start at university. And it's very interesting because as many other things we have present in our life, we usually forgot it very fast. I'm going to give you an example. For example, the hospital have special passageways, different corridors, which are able to move people very easy. In that way, function is given by the structure. Okay, what I would like to talk about is what kind of a structure at the university are we creating? What kind of structure are we creating in our society? And I would like to bring some examples from the nature. In that way, in nature, there's a complex system called mimetism. Mimetism, some species copy others. That's fine. Some species copy the environment to look like a stick, and some other species copy other animals, like, for example, some flies, which looks like a bee or a wasp, saying like, hey, I'm dangerous. This is also called aposematism, because you show bright colors. Or it's not only necessary to be color, it could be a sound, like rattlesnakes. In that way, the problem with the university nowadays is that their structure, I think, in my opinion, is not focused at the student. It's focused on the teacher and a part of the society who work there, and it's very hard to bring value to our lives. What I want to say is that a student, when finished a degree, has nothing, because we need, in my opinion, 3 special points. First, languages. Second one, communication skills. And the third, to be able to work with the tools that are given to us in our time, because we live in a remarkable time. And those 3 points, it's very funny how can brought you to a future, to a work, and to a really great development. If you go to an interview, because today it's very easy to take a flight and find a job in another country, and the interview is with a people from Japan, and that person is sitting there and says, you said, I don't speak Japanese, but we can speak in English. That's a good point, because we are keeping touch with other countries. We are reducing the gap from one country to another. Communication skill, of course, we need them, because we are animals, and we are social animals, and we need to communicate. In that way, the base of the communication is a very important structure for our function in our lives. I would like to give you an example. Can you think in a dog, 4 years old? Yeah. In a bull, 4 years old. In a bear, in a wolf, 4 years old. Are adults, absolutely developed. Can you think in a human, 4 years old? Can you imagine a fight, a dog, 4 years old, and a child, 4 years old? This is not fair. Why? Because we're growing up to learn. We're growing up to be able to survive in base to our brain, in base what we are learning during our childhood. Structure is given a function. And as a scientist, I would like to be a scientific disseminator in the future. I'm not sure if I have to choose the best country. Or maybe, yeah, because I have many work to do. In that way, what I would like to point is, if we forget that what we want to do, our function, is given by our structure, we will forget how to leadership at the university. We will forget how to give a good administration of the university. And this is the second point I would like to say. It's different to leader than to administrate, because the administration is what we do and how we do. But when we are talking about leadership, we are talking about what to do. Some people is going to study, he's taking jobs, it's running, it's going up through a ladder, which is support in a wrong wall. And that's why there's so much depression. That's why we have many problems with mental issues in our society, and people is starting to create new names for fashion. It's always getting drugs. This is a real problem. And it's going over and over in a consumerism spiral that don't take us to anywhere, because the function is given by the structure, and the structure is bad. That's what I would like to say. If we don't have in our focus the idea of languages, if we don't have in our focus the idea of communication skill, and if we don't teach people how to use what is able to be able to use, like the computer and our technical issues, we really won't be able to create a better society. If the structure fails, the function will be bad. Thank you very much.